Hello, Martians. I'm back! You'll have to excuse my voice. I'm congested like I don't even know what, and it's been knocking the rings out of me like Sonic taking damage. Sorry it's been so long, so let's talk for a little bit about my hiatus from content creation that requires more than 2 brain cells. Side note, I have nothing against you, TikTok, but I and many other people put so little work into TikTok sometimes, and we still get traction. It may not be a lot, but it's something. Anyways, my hiatus. It was fine. Besides work, I hadn't had the time to record and post, or at least post something that I'm happy with, so I decided it was break time. Now, it wasn't supposed to be this long of a break, but you know what they say, an object at rest forgets it has responsibilities or whatever. Plus, I didn't have any interesting art ideas, so I spent some time writing down things I'm genuinely happy to work on and promptly got right to not doing any of that. But I'm here now. On to the art for a little bit. I actually drew this back in September, but it was late September, and with Drawtober right around the corner, I decided not to upload then and instead wanted to upload some spooky art. Guess how that went. You can see the art that I did manage to draw back in October on my Instagram. There's a link in the description. The older version of this picture is on the channel too, so you can look at a fun side-by-side comparison of the two before I ultimately hide the older one deep within the catacombs of old embarrassing YouTube art. Now, I'm still kind of proud of the original because I get to see how I've improved with digital art, and that's what I'm here on YouTube for. My artistic captain's log is going swimmingly. Actually, this will be my 3rd time drawing Please Stand By, because the first traditional sketch that I had scanned to do for the channel back in 2018, or at least I think it was 2018, was never actually colored in. I just went straight to digital. So the original was neglected until I painted it for TikTok and was, and I don't use this word often, gobsmacked at how much I had improved traditionally in such little time. Like, wow, this is garbage. Not really, like, I love the original sketch, but you get where I'm coming from. This picture here was even a vast improvement to something digital that I had done back in August, which just goes to show you, baby artists, practice really is key. It sounds like lies and propaganda, but it's really not. Actually, you know what? It's homework time, and here's the lesson. Draw something you like, anything at all, but make it memorable. Make it something you really, really love, and something that you'd like to come back to and revisit someday. Then tuck it away for a few months, like throw it somewhere, forget about that ish, and continue on with your arting as usual. So when you find it again, it's like discovering Atlantis or El Dorado, and then draw it again and see how you've improved. Trust me, you're going to be floored at the difference. God, I hate that word. Practice? Like, I prefer to be instantly good at the thing now, please and thank you, but I hate the word practice, but it really helps. I have a love-hate relationship with the word practice because it's like a double agent or whatever. I don't know the freaking word I'm looking for, but like, if I say I'm gonna draw something, I do it. And I'm happy. I'm vibing, I'm mellow the entire time. But the second I switch up the language to, oh, I'm gonna go practice XYZ, I can literally feel my desire to draw seeping from my body like a wretched little shadow creature being exposed to light. Like, it's like exercising the creative demons for me. I hate it. Like, I practice, but I don't like calling it that. I guess I just draw a bunch and stumble upon improvement. Yeah, that's what it is. Ninja practice. Covert practice. I just realized that I'm technically contradicting what I said earlier about practice. Almost, but not really. I never said it was actually practice, just redrawing stuff. But redrawing stuff is practice, and there's no other word for it. Training? No, now it's weird. Or is it? I do have to improve my inking though. Like, my coloring leaves much to be desired, but I'll get to where I want to be eventually. Something makes perfect. Anyways, back to the video at hand. I was feeling quite inspired by getting the hang of my brush pens finally that I decided to put more effort into the line art than I ever have before. But my computer wouldn't let me be great, so there's a lot of freezing, most of which I cut out, and the lag. Good mercy, the lag. Like, can I please draw one line without you having a panic attack for 1 second? Apparently not. Also, a fun thing I found out from editing me here is that my recording messed up and nerfed half the line art process. When it rains, it pours, and I am in a hurricane. Onward and upward. I'm happy to be filming again, is what my hiatus talk all boils down to, and I'm excited to be making content for you internet nerds yet again. I really enjoyed drawing this picture, but every time I do digital art, I feel like I'm cheating. Like, it took me a very long time to learn how to even be halfway decent with drawing, say, the other eye, for example. And then with digital art, it can be as easy as copy, paste, flip, done. Like, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I live for that ease. Being able to shave off minutes of time for a picture because you can mirror your canvas is just, it's perfect. I love it. Less stress? Yes, please. But I feel like I'm smuggling ancient secrets out of the Pentagon or something. It's like the artist equivalent to the Konami code or something. Like, it feels wrong. I'm not gonna stop doing it though. Like, it's great. You're gonna have to fight me over it. Please don't fight me. I'm very small. Disclaimer: traditional art has great shortcuts just like digital art has great shortcuts. It's just that digital art, for me, has other features that make it easier for editing and making the final piece look more cohesive faster. It still requires you to know how to hold a pencil. Like, it's not going to do the work for you. And I'm sure as heck not pooping on digital artists. Like, I'm not minimizing the skill and talents that digital artists have at all. All art takes a lot of work to be good at it. As a matter of fact, if you're out there, digital artists, can you please tell me how it feels to be God's favorite? Another bonus to digital art is near infinite art supplies. Like, granted, you can run out of space and you'll have to upgrade eventually, but really it's just a minor setback. The only thing that both traditional and digital have in common is that art supplies are friggin' expensive no matter how you slice it. $1,000 tablet, $1,000 worth of paper, brushes, paints, and pens, expensive. There's no escape from that. I mean, I guess you could try a cheap digital art supply challenge and then simultaneously try to get a top time on speedrun.net's Explode Your Computer's Insides Any Percent category. Or my personal favorite for traditional supplies, spend 15 hours trying to sharpen the same pencil to a halfway decent point while simultaneously dying inside. I guess a bonus to traditional art is being able to make your own supplies. I mean, you can do the same digitally, but you get more of a mad scientist feel with making your own inks and watercolors. You could also potentially get some wicked chemical burns, so please, do your research before messing with nature for the sake of art, especially if you're a child. Especially if you're an adult. Like, come on, friend. On second thought, just leave the traditional supplies making to the professionals. I really don't know how this ended up being a conversation about pros versus cons for traditional art versus digital art, but I don't know, man. My brain just wanders. I'm really glad I decided to redo this picture, especially the coloring. Is it giving Babs Bunny? Yes, absolutely, because of the yellow sweater and the purple skirt, but that's color theory for you. Speaking of which, I don't know what I was thinking the last time with the burgundy skirt. It was totally giving ketchup and mustard. The background colors were straight up dull and boring, and the values were all over the place. Like, for real, color theory had failed me. I mean, it's for sure not doing me any favors now, but that back then, it definitely wasn't. But we live and we learn. give myself a pat on the back for giving the picture a proper background and for using more saturated colors. It looks so complete and vibrant now. Like, just look at that before and after. Yeah, I'm definitely deleting that old video. Anyways, if you stuck it out for this long, I appreciate you. I've been trying to show more of the process and avoid doing that how to draw now thing I've been prone to doing. And also, sorry for being all over the place. My brain is always rotating the Rubik's Cube of conversations, but instead of finishing the puzzle, it just elaborates on each individual color, the mechanism, and the store the cube was purchased from. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out everything else I've worked on, like my most recent upload or YouTube suggestions for you. Warning, all of this is before I sat down and practiced more with video editing, so it's horrible, like really. And I'll just see you on the next one. Bye-bye.